What can $20 get you here in Buenos Aires, Argentina?
Buenos Aires is the vibrant capital of Argentina, a city shaped by European influence, rich culture, and some of the most iconic food in Argentina. Today, my wife Sharon and I are going to show you 4 experiences you absolutely cannot miss here, all while sticking to a $20 budget each. We'll start with number 4 and work our way up to the number 1 most iconic stop in the city, a legendary Argentine pizza spot where one of the ovens has never turned off since opening in 1932. At the end, we'll even take you behind the scenes to see why locals say this place defines Argentine pizza. But before we get there, we're kicking off our day somewhere that perfectly captures the spirit of Buenos Aires, the famous San Telmo market, where history, food, and local culture all come together under one roof. As soon as you step into San Telmo market, it feels like stepping into another era. Originally opened in the late 1800s, this historic market sits in one of Buenos Aires' oldest neighborhoods, where cobblestone streets, antique shops, and street performers give the area its unique character. Joining us are my wife's parents, who actually live here in Argentina. Inside, you'll find traditional parrillas and produce vendors, alongside modern coffee shops, bakeries, and small restaurants serving some of Argentina's most iconic foods. Argentine cuisine is deeply influenced by European immigration, especially Italian and Spanish. But over time, it has evolved into something completely its own. You'll see people gathering around long tables or standing at the bar, slowly enjoying meals together, and treating food as a social experience rather than something rushed. From grilled meats and handmade pastas to pastries and a wide variety of desserts, there's no shortage of incredible options here. But since we're sticking to our $20 budget for the day, we'll have to be strategic. So instead of trying everything, we're going with one of Argentina's most classic and affordable foods, empanadas. These savory pastries come with countless fillings. Each one is slightly different depending on the region or the cook.
Alright, so we're trying the beef one. This one is fried. It's very good. So this is not just normal beef, it's called carne de...
Cada provincia. So my mom is saying that every province has a different way of making food, and obviously empanadas. The way they do the filling is how they do it in the province of Salta.
Yeah, it has like hard-boiled eggs in here, the veggies, and also beef, and deep fried.
Caprese style with basil, tomato, and mozzarella, I think. Queso. It's really good. I love anything with this combination of tomato, basil, and cheese.
All right, I'm gonna try the chicken empanada. Whoa, look at that. Loaded with chicken. I promise you, I'm not just saying this, but this is the best chicken empanada I've had in Argentina so far.
Wow.
The chicken is by far my favorite. All right, let's give this vegetarian one a try. There's like no flavor. Don't get the vegetarian one. Or don't get that vegetarian one. That one's vegan. That was not good.
Each empanada costs around $2, give or take depending on how wild inflation is at the time. So we grabbed 2 each, which came out to around $4 per person. And while we could easily spend our $20 budget right here in San Telmo, we still have 3 more stops to go, including that legendary pizza spot waiting for us at the end. Our next stop takes us into a completely different side of Buenos Aires. one that reflects the city's deep love for art, literature, and architecture. Welcome to El Ateneo Grand Splendid, a former theater turned bookstore that many consider one of the most beautiful bookstores in the world. Buenos Aires actually has one of the highest numbers of bookstores per person in the world, so transforming a historic theater into a bookstore feels perfectly fitting here. Originally opened as a theater in 1919, this space once hosted live performances, opera shows, and even early film screenings.
Now this place definitely is more of a spectacle than a practical bookstore. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can find probably just about any book you want in here. Definitely check it out for its uniqueness and one of a kind here. Like, I've never seen a bookstore like this before. The detail of the design and architecture here is insane.
Walking inside feels less like entering a bookstore and more like stepping into a preserved piece of history. The original ceiling frescoes, red velvet curtains, and ornate balconies are still intact, blending Buenos Aires' theatrical past with its modern cultural identity. And the best part, visiting is completely free, which makes it a perfect stop when you're trying to stay under $20.
All right, if you thought this place was cool, wait till you see the next spot. Let's go now. All right, one thing that doesn't get talked about enough when you're traveling is data. Because if your maps don't load or you're stuck on bad Wi-Fi when you need it, everything gets so much harder, especially in a city this big. That's why for this trip, I'm using an eSIM from SIM Local. It's basically a digital SIM plan you download to your phone through their app before or after you land. So there's no physical SIM card and you don't have to stop at any phone stores or booths. One of the things that I like most about it is that it automatically finds and selects the best local networks to connect you to. So here in Buenos Aires, I've had fast, reliable 4G and 5G pretty much everywhere, which really helps me travel smoother. Their plans are also some of the cheapest I've seen, and even their unlimited plans give you up to 10 gigabytes of full speed data per day. Hotspot is included, so I can share my data with someone else or my laptop with no extra fees. And if anything goes wrong, they actually have real and fast customer support and a full refund policy, which gives you so much more peace of mind when traveling. So if you're trying to stretch your travel budget like I am right now, an eSIM from SIM Local is honestly the best choice. Their eSIMs are available in a ton of countries, including Argentina. So if you're traveling soon, grab a SIM Local eSIM using the link in the description below and use code EPICTRAVELS to get 5% off. It's quick to set up, cheaper than roaming, and using the link helps support the channel at no extra cost to you, so I can keep making helpful travel videos like this. Thank you SIM Local for sponsoring this video. Let's go to our next spot.
Our next stop takes us to one of the most historic and iconic cafes in all of Buenos Aires, Café Tortoni.
Wow, this place is so popular, there is a line out the door to get seated. It's moving pretty quick. Let's see if this wait was worth it.
Opened in 1858, this legendary Parisian-inspired coffee house has been a gathering place for artists, writers, and musicians for generations. Walking inside feels like stepping back in time. Dark wood interiors and old photographs lining the walls, all preserving a piece of Buenos Aires' cultural history.
All right, there's two things I'm gonna get here to show you. One is called the Submarino, and then the second thing I'm gonna get is churros. And this right here is just hot milk, and you put this piece of chocolate inside and it sort of melts and turns into this beautiful hot chocolate here. That's how they do it here. Looks like a submarine. So you just drop it in there and you just give it a mix. It turns into a hot chocolate. All right, it's mostly mixed. Let's see how well it tastes. That's good. So this drink itself is actually not super sweet like how you imagine hot chocolate to be. The idea is you eat it with something else that is very sweet, like a churro, and they also have alfajores here and other pastries that you can get. So let's see how good this is. Wow. It's like freshly fried, super crispy on the outside and indulgent on the inside. So back here at the end of the restaurant, they have like a whole museum, like an exhibition. Let's go check it out. Okay, so this is actually a timeline of this cafe from when it started, the founding members, pictures from the past, memorabilia. It's pretty cool, actually. Shows you like all the people that were involved in this process. Shows you photos from different events that they've had here in the past. And behind me is a stage, which I think this is where they do their live performances here during the week, and in the weekends they do have scheduled events where people come here and watch. Alright, so that entire thing, the submarino and the 2 churros, came out to be about 10,000 Argentinian pesos. So that comes out to roughly $7 US.
And as much as we could stay here all afternoon, we still have one final spot left. And it's one we've been building towards all day. On the way, I want to show you one of Buenos Aires' most recognizable landmarks, El Obelisco.
Alright, right now we're on Avenida 9 de Julio, which is the widest street in the world. It can fit up to 16 lanes. And according to the World Guinness Book of Records, it is the widest street in the world.
And just steps from this iconic landmark is our final destination.
Alright guys, this is the moment that you've all been waiting for. We are here at the #1 spot in the city that you can do for under $20 a day. And it is the famous Pizzeria Guerin, which is probably one, if not the most popular spots for getting pizza, Argentinian pizza, here in Buenos Aires. This place has been so highly recommended to us, and we're finally here, and we're gonna try it, and we're gonna show you what it's like in there. Let's go.
Guerin is one of Buenos Aires' most legendary pizza institutions, a place that locals and visitors have been coming since 1932. Legends say one of the ovens here have never been turned off since opening, a reflection of just how non-stop this place has been for generations. Argentine pizza is different from what many people expect. Instead of thin and crispy, it's thicker, softer, and loaded with cheese. Argentine pizza is typically baked in deep metal pans, creating a thicker, softer crust that's almost bread-like on the inside while still crispy on the bottom. Behind the counter, dough is stretched into pans, layered generously with sauce and an incredible amount of cheese, and then slid into blazing ovens that are constantly turning out fresh pies. One of the most iconic styles you'll see here is called fugaceta, a stuffed pizza sealed with another layer of dough and covered with a mountain of onions on top. Watching it being made feels completely different from traditional pizza you might be used to. It's thicker, heavier, and designed to be rich and satisfying. And then there's the cheese. Argentine mozzarella has its own character, stretchier, creamier, and used in much larger quantities than most pizzas around the world. They definitely don't skimp on the toppings here. Argentine pizza is like having some crust with your cheese.
Alright, the pizza's here. Let's see what this hype is about.
Wow.
Alright, let's see how good it is. Ah.
How is it?
Perfect crunch on the crust. The cheese, it's like very layered and stacked on top.
How is it? Good?
They say here if the cheese of the pizza does not stretch across the block, you take a bite, not enough cheese.
You can actually eat here at Guerin without spending much at all. Individual slices are served right at the bar, which is what most people do. Each slice costs around $4 depending on inflation and toppings, so with 2 very filling slices each, it came out to around $8. Since Sharon and her parents were with us, we decided to go all in and order a whole pie instead. Eating pizza here feels like the perfect way to end our day. Altogether, these 4 experiences gave us a deeper look into the culture, food, and rhythm of the city, all while staying within our $20 budget. Thanks for coming along with us, and if you're planning your own trip to Buenos Aires, hopefully this gives you a few ideas on how far your money and your curiosity can take you. Make sure to subscribe and check out this next video on the screen to continue the adventure. I'll see you there.